Now click the category list arrow in cell B1 and then click TOR and then press OK. And then click the quarter list arrow, then click 4 and press OK. The fourth quarter TOR sales information appears in the pivot table. You want to create a pivot chart from the pivot table information you have displayed. Now click any cell in the pivot table. Click the Pivot Table Tools Analyze tab. And then click the Pivot Chart button in the Tools group. The Insert Chart dialog box opens and shows a gallery of the chart types. Now click the clustered column chart if necessary and then click OK. The pivot chart appears on the worksheet as shown. The chart has field buttons that let you filter and sort a pivot chart in the same way you did with a pivot table. It will be easier to view the pivot chart if it is on its own sheet. Now click the Pivot Chart Tools Design tab. Then click Move Chart button in the Location group. And then click New Sheet Option button. Type Pivot Chart. In the text box and then click OK. The chart represents the fourth quarter for the TOR sales. Now Kate asks you to change the chart to show the average sales for all quarters. Now click the quarter field button at the top of the pivot chart, click All, and then click OK. The pivot chart report recalculates to display averages. The chart would be easier to understand if it had a title. Now click the Pivot Chart Tools Design tab. Then click the Add Chart Element button in the Chart Layouts group. Then point to Chart Title. And then click Above Chart. And type Average Store Sales. And then press Enter. Then drag the chart title border to center the title or over columns. You are finished filtering the chart data and decide to remove the Fields button. Now click the Pivot Chart Tools Analyze tab. And then click the Field Buttons button in the Show Hide group. Now enter your name in the Pivot Chart sheet footer, save the workbook, and then preview the Pivot Chart report. Save the workbook and then preview. The final pivot chart report displays the average store sales for the year, and it is shown in the